Alright guys, it's time to look at Celestia or TIA on the channel once again. Now we only looked at this one time and it was back on March 1st. That's this candle right here, guys. So we are sitting much lower than where we were back then. The next day we did actually surge up to about $4.50 before just really coming down. And yeah, you can see we're sitting at about $3.15 now. I do want to point out we have made kind of a higher low here, just a slight higher low. Now, we also somewhat have a W pattern here. And the pattern actually, the target is up here at about $3.62, so I do want to point that out right here. And the trend line on the 4-hour time frame, you can see pretty much we have held this for a few days now. So this is actually not too bad as well. Now we are getting a red candle. We could break through this here in the coming hours, but just have to wait and see, guys. Now everything is looking pretty good though with Celestia technically. Now let's take a quick look at the RSI and the stochastic. So I want to look at the 4-hour time frame. Let's look at the lower term time frames first. Now, RSI is flirting with being overbought here. The Stoch is coming down pretty heavily, but it looks like it is about to turn up here. So it is ticking here to the upside, maybe. Now, 1-hour time frame, very oversold here on the Stoch. The RSI is pointed down, but it is in neutral territory, so that's not bad. Now, the 15-minute time frame for fun here. Yeah, in the middle, basically, but pointed down. And the Stoch is actually pointed down with this blue line, so but it is in neutral territory, but getting kind of close to this overbought territory. Now, longer term time frames, the daily actually on the Stoch it is getting a little bit overbought, so that is not great. RSI still isn't overbought, so it's still got a little bit of room to run. Now weekly time frame, it's right basically in the middle. On the Stoch, pointed heavily to the upside, so that is actually okay. RSI is also ticking to the upside and fairly low, I would say. Now, monthly time frame, let's see if there's anything. Actually, only the RSI is kind of printing, and it's right in the middle, kind of flat. The Stoch isn't even printing because Celestia is still quite new, I can say. So, overall, on the longest time frame, the weekly looks pretty good. Daily, getting a little bit overbought. So I do think it is bound to really cool down here in the short term. So yeah. Now let's take a quick look at the MACD. I just want to take a look at this, maybe on a daily time frame actually. And let's go back in history. So the highest it's ever been is like 2.06. And yeah, we're sitting here almost at 0. So this can run really, really, really a long way still. It is starting to print some green candles here after this small bearish period here. So yeah, everything looks good pretty much on the daily time frame. Weekly time frame, let's see. Yeah, actually it's not that bad. It's actually pretty low. It is going, it is curving here to the upside. It is starting to make a green candle. We're getting through this bearish period now. So, yeah. And it's never really been that high, though. It's always been fairly low. But, yeah, it's at minus, 0.85 and 0.90. So, anyways, it looks okay on the weekly and the daily. I don't want to look at the lower term time frames. Doesn't really make sense with a MACD, I think, unless you're short term trading or something like this. But if we're looking at the long term time frame, MACD in my opinion looks okay. Now let's take a quick look at the volume. I do want to look at the volume in the visible range, and let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this little MACD here. So let's zoom out, and I want to try to put the entire chart here if we can. And yeah, you can see, okay, this is the entire volume. So we do have a little bit more higher to go at about $3.50. Then you kind of get this low node here, low volume. And then you have a couple of nodes from, let's say, about $4.36 up to about $5.92, let's say. And after that, guys, volume really drops down. And yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going to probably really ride up very quickly after that. So yeah, we are in the middle, kind of a bigger node here, the third biggest node actually for TIA. And then we got to get up past, you know, this $4, let's say 36 to $5.92 range. Now, taking a quick look at the tokenomics of Celestia, guys, there is no max supply, but keep in mind, for example, Solana doesn't have a max supply. However, circulating are 630 million. That is very low. It's nothing like, for example, Sui with 3.5 billion circulating, or for example, XRP. There's a lot more circulating. And it's $2, $2.50. So yeah, this is actually very low, the circulating supply. Now what's been created is about double that though. Now, looking at the all-time high, it was almost at $21. You're getting about an 85% discount, and all-time low was about a year ago. I'm surprised actually we didn't hit that low. And I don't know if I mentioned this. Maybe I didn't at the beginning of this video, but I did pick up Celestia today. I just want to go ahead and say that and be clear. And yeah, I bought it at $3.17 as you see here. So yeah, you should have seen this already, I guess. But I just picked that up today. I want to be clear, guys. This is, a recent pickup for me. It's probably my last pickup, probably with cash from my own pocket from working. And, I just don't think I need to really pick up any other cryptos, guys. I have enough, and this was one that I was really wanting, and I'm just glad that, I had the chance to pick it up at around $3 or so. Now, taking a quick look at the dominance, guys, this is excellent. You can see we are finally breaking this trend. We are finally breaking this kind of local high, which I'm looking at from February, I think, 3rd. Now, local high technically was on the 7th of May, but I'm just looking at this one-day surge up that I think was probably one of the biggest surges in Bitcoin history. But anyways, I don't think the war is, won yet. We do need to break this 2.5-year trend line, and we also need to break 60.46, and then I will start to celebrate, guys. Now, taking a quick look at the liquidation heat map, guys, about 290 million have been wrecked in the last 24 hours. That's not too bad, guys. Almost equal on both sides. Now, fear and greed is at a 70. Yesterday was a 73. So we are starting to cool down a little bit, and that's fine. The altcoin season index still a 33. I just refreshed this a few minutes ago, and yeah, I mean that's kind of strange when the dominance is crashing down, but I don't know how often they refresh this, honestly. So yeah, I do believe this number will come up soon. Now, bull market peak indicators, guys, still 0 from 30 have been hit. It's still 100% hold. Pi cycle top indicator, in my opinion, does appear like it wants to start curving back up. Now remember, the green and the orange have to cross, and then the bull market is technically over. Now, next week, guys, we do have CPI on Tuesday. There's not really much going on Monday. Wednesday, there is a couple of speakers. Thursday, we do have PPI. We got some manufacturing numbers, and we have some, industrial production. Fed Chair Powell is speaking. We also have the Fed Vice Chair speaking. So, continuing jobless claims. We do have kind of a lot on Thursday going on. Now, Friday is just Michigan numbers, really, and Michigan consumer sentiment. So, unless it's like wildly off, it should be okay. About a month and a half ago, we did have some wild numbers that were just way, way, way different than expectations, and it did affect Bitcoin, though. Now, looking at crypto bubbles, guys, it does look good today. Here you can see TIA. It's one of the better performers today, but yeah, I mean, there is just a few coins here in the red. So yeah, I mean, if you have something in the red, it probably surged up in the last few days, and it's getting a little bit of a cool down, but mostly everything is doing great at the moment. Now, I just did a video on Arbitrum, like I said, but if you want to search for TIA, just go to here, to Coinondo, and for example, type in TIA, and you will find Celestia here. There's 8 deals that are found, so yeah, I actually have mine in KuCoin right now because you get about 8%, and it's flexible, so that's excellent in my opinion. Bit2Me, be careful. You get their coin, but you can always change that into Celestia. But again, you have to buy their coin and things like this to get this full 13%. So it's kind of a trick, guys. HTX, I just don't really trust them that much. I think KuCoin is a better platform. And yeah, CoinX I also have. Don't put your money and coins in xt.com, guys. They stole my Casper, so keep that in mind. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends. Look at some of the deals that I have for the exchanges below. Also, Moodix is there, guys, and if you want to subscribe to Moodix, that is fine. They do have charts and statistics. Now, if you want these, numbers and things that I'm talking about, these measurements, you can subscribe to my channel. I will put you in the Telegram and forward everything that really affects Bitcoin. I'm not going to put every single, Moodix measurement, of course, but the ones that affect Bitcoin, I will forward there so you know what's going on at the moment it happens, guys. Anyways, like I said, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one.